Good morning. My name is Chase Puckett, and I'm proud to be the principal of Newnan High School. Right now, our hearts are broken, but our spirits are not broken. We appreciate everyone who's here today, who's been reaching out to support the city of Newnan, Coweta County, and Newnan High School. On behalf of the staff of Newnan High School and our students in the class of 2021, thank you. When the phone started ringing, it was from folks who care about this area and said, how can we help? We are honored with several guests today who care about Georgia and Coweta County and Newnan. It's my privilege and honor to turn this over to a friend of Newnan and a friend of Coweta County who's always there when I need him and is always there when we need him. Please join me in welcoming our representative, Drew Ferguson. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. What y'all have seen here is unprecedented. The damage that's been done to this community is just absolutely heartbreaking. And in the middle of all of this, what we're beginning to see is the greatness that exists here in Coweta County and Newnan. The people are shining through, the volunteers are coming forward, and this community has an incredible backbone. It does things the right way. It's a loving community, and this community will rebuild stronger than ever. And it's going to happen because of the people that are here. It's going to happen because of the great work that the state of Georgia is doing, and because the federal government is going to be there in the end to do its part as well. I'll tell you something, we are very fortunate as Georgians to have incredible people at the emergency management level, Department of Natural Resources, our public safety folks. They are doing an amazing job. And to the first responders here in Newnan, we are incredibly grateful. Coweta County is amazing, and now it's my pleasure to welcome someone who loves this city, loves this part of our state, and is here for every single Georgian, and that's our Governor, Brian Kemp. Governor.
Well, thank you, Congressman. Appreciate your leadership. Just to give you a magnitude of what we've seen today, this is only the 10th F4 tornado since 1950 in the United States. It's the first since 2011. And for somebody that has seen and had to respond as governor to a couple of storms now, it is a lot different from anything I've ever seen. Just total destruction in many places. And on behalf of Marty and Amy Porter that's with me today, the rest of our family, our thoughts and prayers are with this community and so many others across the state of Georgia and the South that were literally devastated by these very strong storms that came through. And just want you to know that we're going to do everything in our power with the state resources that we have, working with the locals to help this community rebuild. Our state has been very resilient during this whole year in this COVID-19 pandemic. And in many ways, this community was starting to get back to normal, with certainly the high school behind us, back in person, and now that has been upended once again. But I have great hope and optimism from the people that are here today that they're not going to cry over spilt milk or knock down trees or damaged homes. They're going to pull the bootstraps up, and we'll be there to help them to rebuild and to continue on. I did just want to mention a couple of things. I want to thank all the volunteers, literally from all over this part of the state and many other places, for what you're doing to help this community. When I was driving in, I saw people, stacking up clothing articles, toiletry supplies, water, food. Some of our great companies like Home Depot and others are on the ground helping as well. I want to encourage people, if you want to donate, be very careful about how you're doing that. I would steer you to the Red Cross. Obviously, Coweta County is managing that as well. If you're going to other places, just make sure and check those out, because people, unfortunately, will take advantage of you in a situation like this. Just to let you know who we're working with here at the local level and in these communities, not only here in Coweta County, but in Polk, Heard, Bartow, and others. Director Stallings is here with the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. We've had DOT crews here, Georgia Department of Transportation, helping with road clearing. We have the Georgia State Patrol, Department of Natural Resources. Commissioner Williams is here. He texts me right after the storm and said their folks were leaving at 3 a.m. to head this way the morning after the storm to be here to start clearing roads, and we certainly appreciate them. The Forestry Commission is doing the same thing. Director Lauermore is here. I want to thank all the surrounding counties that haven't been affected that are helping with mutual aid. We appreciate them. And then we also have the incident management team that has stood up at the local EMA to basically be extra personnel to help them, because obviously a lot of the individuals that would normally do that, they have their own issues with their homes and their families and are out in the neighborhoods trying to help. So we're glad to do that. I also wanted to just thank Congressman Ferguson for his leadership, our insurance commissioner and fire safety commissioner, General John King, who is with us today as well. I know John has been here all morning. I want to thank the local legislative delegation, Representative Smith, Bonner, Singleton, and Jenkins, and Senator Brass as well. And then just so many of the local elected officials from Coweta County, from the city of Newnan, all their first responder personnel, whether it's law enforcement, fire, and others, as well as school board members, and certainly the leadership of the principal and Superintendent Horton. We are grateful. We're going to be here as long as we need to. We'll continue to help. And just thank you guys for being here this morning. And again, I encourage you, if you want to help, just make sure you know where your donations or supplies are going. Check with Coweta County on that, the Red Cross, any of your trusted places of worship. And from there, just make sure you know where you donate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor.
And I'm going to throw it to Director Stallings to give you a brief update, and he'll throw it to General King.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to say that I think those that live in Newnan and certainly in Coweta County ought to be extremely proud of the response of their emergency managers, their fire, EMS, their police, their sheriff's deputies, that they went straight to work, despite the fact some of them had to leave their own homes that were affected in the storm. So you need to make sure you appreciate them for what they've done. Georgia Emergency Management responded as soon as we could get here, and immediately we went into action. We were very much proud of the response of the state. Governor Kemp immediately signing a state of emergency so that we could bring in the resources to do what we needed to do. We're very proud that we've been able to get our DOT partners moving. The fact that you were able to get here today so quickly is just a testament to how quickly DOT got in here and along with other partners and was able to clear the roadways. We're very fortunate that we had the only one death attributed with the storm, and the injuries have been minor. So we're very proud of that, the fact that we were able to do what we've been able to do there. As far as the response goes, it'll be ongoing. We're not just here for a couple days. The state is committed to offering what assistance we can through all our resources to make sure we can help this community recover. We're very proud of that response, and so we'll continue to work not only through our GDOT partners, but our Forestry Commission, DNR, the State Patrol, and all other state assets to make sure we get recovery as soon as possible. I'm going to turn it over to General King, Commissioner of Fire, so he can give you some updates in insurance. Sir.
Hello, my name is John King. I'm Georgia's Insurance and Safety Fire Commissioner. This community is very important to me. I serve in that armory back there that survived this storm. It's incredible people in this community, incredibly resilient. And so I'm really proud to be able to be here to offer any assistance at our agency. Clearly right now, the immediate safety concerns have passed. We're now in the process of the cleanup and the start of the recovery. It is incredibly important that our folks continue to work here are safe, because this is where we're going to start getting injuries. People, cutting trees down. We have some really good folks, very professional teams out here working with that recovery team. Of course, after every storm, after every disaster, fraud follows, unfortunately. And so we have to be very mindful of the people that are coming in behind a crisis like this, a disaster like this, that don't get re-victimized by fraudulent. So we ask very carefully before you engage anybody to do any work on your property, to check the city, check with the county to make sure that these people are authorized and qualified to do the work. If you have insurance companies, I've talked to the major insurance companies who are covering a lot of the claims here. They're energized, they're ready and prepared to receive the claims, and we'll start getting adjusters into the area. If there's any challenges with that, if people are slow, I ask people to call our office, and we'll get the right insurance companies and the right process engaged. But I ask people to be very mindful who we engage to do any of the repairs, to make sure that they are qualified and don't re-victimize. This community has already suffered enough. Thank you all very much.
All right, any questions for any of the team? All right, very good. Well, thank y'all for being here.